Hey Josh, how's it going, man?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Good, good. Want to get your thoughts on. I know early on in the season you were having some issues as far as just holding on to the ball, being able to be more effective with the ball. But it seemed like the last couple of games you've kind of nipped those issues in the bud. What was going through your mind during those times where you can get back into the way that you know how to play football? And was there any confidence issues that you were dealing with?
Yeah. I think, earlier on, like you said in the season, I had some issues. And it's crazy, man. Like sometimes I just, watch tape and you just watch the type of things that happen. And it's like, dang, was it really a ball security issue or maybe some guys are making some plays? It's a little bit of both. Sometimes it's unfortunate. Sometimes guys make plays, but what I could have done was just hold the ball better. And I think definitely going forward, man, especially these past few games, definitely believe I got back to myself, definitely back to running hard, holding on to the football, and just getting better each and every single week, getting better and better.
Who was instrumental in trying to keep you upbeat, obviously not dwelling on those types of
Yeah.
things? Was there anybody in the locker room? Is there anybody in particular that kept you upbeat and kept you focused?
Everybody, every single person in this building, I'm telling you, man, whether it was Coach Lynn, whether it was Austin Eckler, Justin Jackson, Coach Ridge, everybody was just telling me, like, hey, man, look, like, we got a lot of confidence in you. We know what type of player you are, what you can be. Just let it loose, man. Just let it loose, cut it loose. And that's been the message these past 2 weeks for me. And that's just what I told myself. I told myself, like, look, man, like this career, it's a lot of ups and downs. This is the league, man. So it's just like that sometimes, but cut it loose. You always have to play this game the right way. You can't play this game not trying to make a mistake out there. So you always have to play the game confidently and try to make plays.
Cam.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh. Thanks for making time for us. You kind of touched on it a little bit, but will you talk about how much more of a different player you are versus the player that was August in training camp versus today?
Yeah, definitely, man. Thank you. Thanks for having me. But I honestly, man, like it's crazy. Like training camp, man, to me, I've gotten so much better just mentally how I'm seeing the game. When you're out there in training camp or earlier on the season, you're just playing ball. It's like, okay, I'm just out here just running. But it's crazy the progress that you make each and every single week, man. You're just preparing like a professional. Obviously you go out to some games, okay, I'm gonna rip one off, I'm gonna do the best that I can. Sometimes it's not like that, but it doesn't mean your preparation was bad. That's just how the league works. So for me, I'm just controlling what I can control, just getting better. And when my opportunities come, I'm gonna make some plays and go out there and do my best.
It sounds good.
Thank you.
On Sunday, you had the first time playing in the Raiders Chargers rivalry.
Yeah.
Was that what you expected or what you anticipated? And talk about that experience a little bit, please.
Yeah, man. It was definitely a fun experience. They have a lot of great players over there, great coaches. They're a historic franchise. This is the historic rivalry. It was awesome, man, getting a chance to go out there and play. And unfortunately, the outcome wasn't what we desired. But there's a lot of positives out there. And for us, we're gonna keep working. We're not gonna give up. We're not gonna quit. And hopefully there's many more games we play them. Hopefully I play many more games against them. So it's gonna be awesome, man. But we're positive, we're optimistic here, and I believe we're going to get this thing going the right way.
Okay, that's great. Lastly, for me, you mentioned your conversation with Austin Eckler. Can you
Yeah,
talk about his spirits? Obviously, he hasn't been able to play in the last 7, 8 weeks.
yeah,
Can you talk about his spirits and where he's at and what you expect from him when he does return?
yeah, man. We all know how great of a player Eckler is. He's awesome, man. He's a great person too. I think a lot of people just see the way he plays, but they don't understand like how great of a football mind and a person he is. Like he's been so outstanding me to just my development as a person and as a player. Like we're even out there in practice and he's holding me accountable. He's telling me, hey, it's like even if you're out there, you don't think this is a big deal, the little details, the little things in this league. And man, I don't have enough good things to say about Austin and JJ, both of them, what they've done for me, their selflessness, from them being veteran guys and trying to like make sure a rookie is doing the best that he can, speaks a lot, man. So they're awesome. And I wouldn't be the type of guy or player I am right now without them.
That sounds great, man. Appreciate your time. Talk
Thank
to you
you.
soon.
Yeah, talk to you soon, man. Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks.
Oh, Hey, Josh. I don't think any rookie comes in the league and expects to go through what you have gone through in terms of this team and just all the close losses that you guys have had. But just looking back on that and looking ahead, what have you learned about sort of what it takes to win in the NFL and sort of, how tough it can be to win in this league?
Yeah, man. It's tough. It's difficult. Like you said, like, especially like, when I was in college, the way we lost games was pretty different than the way it was here. I look at this team, the guys we got, and I'm just like, man, we're so good. We're so great. We have a lot of great players, great coaches, just a great staff. And it's like, man, we're coming up short. And it's tough, man. It's tough. It really is. But always got to be optimistic. We're really close. We are really close. And I believe in this squad. I believe in us. So we're going to get this thing going off the right way. But we can't keep dwelling on the past. We just got to keep going forward. And we will.
Manuel.
Josh, Coach Lynn said like a few weeks ago that he came to the running back room and kind of challenged y'all. What was that conversation like with him?
Yeah, man. Coach Lynn, he's played running back in this league. He's a Super Bowl champion. He played with one of the best running backs in Terrell Davis. So he knows all about productiveness and efficiency. So whenever he's talking, whenever he's coaching, you have to listen, especially for me being a young running back in this league. When he speaks, I listen. When he's coaching me up, teaching me a drill, I'm going to listen and do his drills because the man is great. So for me, man, I'm just trying to get better and trying to soak up his knowledge. But he's also very encouraging, man. He's definitely challenging, but that's what you want. If you want to be great in this league, you want someone who can challenge you and encourage you. So he's a great mentor. He's great for my development and for every running back in our room.
Sure. Y'all doing a lot of different stuff running the ball. You have Pope, now you have Elijah, and doing like end rounds with receivers. How do you feel like the rushing attack with the team has been so far over the past few weeks?
Yeah, we definitely gotten better. We've improved for sure. I think it's just on us as a room. We've taken ownership of that. What we can control, we can control. When there's something there, we have to do our best. We have to be efficient. And we always told ourselves the big plays will take care of itself, but make sure you're doing the little things right because those things add up over time. And our offensive line, man, they've been great all season. They've had a heck of a job, and they've been answering the call. Those guys are great up front, and we got a lot of great playmakers outside, and we have a great quarterback too. So there's a lot this offense has to offer for sure.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mando.
Hey, Josh. Sorry. Hey, Josh. Can you just talk about has the game slowed down for you since you had those issues? Do you feel like the game has slowed down for you?
Yeah, it has. It has. And I say that humbly. I don't mean no type of disrespect to any type of team or player in this league, but it definitely has. I think it's crazy when you're preparing. Like I remember there was one play out there where the defense sent a blitz, and it's because I've been watching film and understanding the preparation process that I was able to pick it up. And I was like, wow, like that's what happens when you prepare and you don't overthink anything out there on the field. It slows down for you. And it's been slowing down for me. And I think that's something I contribute to the coaching, my approach to just being work ethic, and my detailed attention and film watching. So it has been, but obviously there's a lot of improvements I have to make, but I'm definitely getting it better and I can see it.
What's your biggest takeaway from the NFL? I mean, you're a rookie. What's the biggest takeaway you've had from the NFL in the first 8 games of the season? Yeah,
it's a great question. I think consistency is key. I really do. I really think being consistent, especially for me, I keep track of all the games I played this season. It definitely is consistency. Like there's going to be some games where the ground game is just working. You're just balling out. And there's going to be some times where it's not, but you have to be consistent. And pass pro, you got to be consistent being a receiver out the backfield, preparation, like all those things, you have to be consistent because it adds up. It really does. And you got to control what you can control at the end of the day. And man, you got to be optimistic. I honestly think the thing I've learned most about this league is you really have to be optimistic as a pro. You always got to say, you know what, maybe this week didn't bounce back, but we have to keep going and get stronger each and every single week. You got to have that great mindset. And that's what they do a great job here teaching us. You have to be a pro, be consistent, believe in yourself, and be optimistic.
And then just last question. You mentioned it, pass protection. It's one of the things that running backs always talk about when they come from college into the NFL. How do you feel like you've progressed in your first 8 games when it comes to pass protection so far?
Yeah, it's definitely slowed down. It definitely has. I remember in training camp, it was like bullets were flying. It felt like it just felt like so many things were just going fast. Like I was like, oh my goodness, the D line is slanting here, the backers are dropping out. I was like, what's coming? But man, it's just more reps, repetitions. You look at the tape, you see the patterns, you see the safety rotations, you see a lot. And I think it's definitely slowed down for me. But it all goes back to technique and fundamentals, man. You can see the blitz coming, but can you pick it up? Do you have good technique? Do you have good knee bend? Do you have good face strike? It's all those little details that they're coaching, teaching me here. And I've gotten better at it, but I got a long ways to go.
Last question. When you were going through those struggles in week 3 and week 4 with the fumbling, is that something that kept you from being too hard on yourself, your optimism? Do you feel like that's kind of helped you, not just through that, but throughout your whole career playing football, is your optimism?
Yeah, I definitely think for me, my biggest trait is definitely my optimistic and positivity. And obviously for me, like, I never really had issues like that in college. So when it happened to me back-to-back weeks, definitely for sure, it ate me up a bit, definitely, because, I look at it and I'm like, dang, it's not like I'm carrying the ball recklessly. And then it kind of hurt it. But obviously, man, like what I've learned in this league is that you have to bounce back. You have to have a next play mentality. And that's what they've been teaching me each and every single week. Like, hey, man, just cut it loose, next play. That's what they all been trying to tell me. And for me, man, it felt good. Felt good these past 2 weeks. Feel like I'm getting back to myself. Feel like I'm doing a lot better. And man, I'm optimistic. I'm happy, man. I'm happy to be here, and I'm gonna keep getting better and improve.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Let's go back to Nick.
Hey Josh, what have during these last several weeks of the season, I was week 1 to where we are right now, what have you learned from Justin, and what do you feel like Justin has learned from you, since both of you are obviously rookies?
Yeah, man. Justin Herbert, man, he's awesome. This dude, bro, he's so cool. He's so competitive, man. Like, there's no other guy you would want to play for in this league than a guy who's humble, competitive, who's a leader, who takes charge, and who inspires everyone around him. And that's what he is. And man, what I've learned from him is that he always has a next play mentality. Whether he's scoring a touchdown, whether something unfortunate happens, he's always next play. Let's get this next drive going. That's what you have to have in this league. Being successful is that next play attitude. And hey, man, I guess he's learned from me because he's been dropping the truck stick on some people. He's been actually running the ball and booming some people. It's been good to see that, man. Obviously, you don't want him to get hurt, but it's awesome to see him lower his shoulders sometimes and, get those tough yards. He's awesome, man. Justin Herbert is the man.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Joe.
Josh, did you get a chance to meet or talk with Herbert much at Pac-12 Media Days last year, or just now during training camp and stuff, the relationship has developed?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see him that much during Media Day, but I saw him a lot during the Senior Bowl. We definitely chatted up then. Saw him during the combine, and then it's crazy, man. Like, this ended up being the guy I'm a teammate with, and definitely during training camp, it was like, yo, I've been seeing you since like January. It's crazy. And he's awesome, man. Obviously, when we played them, when I was at UCLA, we played Oregon, he was making plays. He was being a difference maker. He won the Rose Bowl for them. So he's a winner. And Senior Bowl, he won MVP. Combine, he killed it. So he's an awesome player. He's a heck of a guy. I'm glad he's my teammate, man. I really am. He's awesome. And he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So he's great.
And then just how much has Balaj added to the running back room just since he signed the last month and he got to, he was pretty solid in yesterday's game.
Yeah, man. He's a great professional. That's one. He's really great professional, man. He's a great runner. He's a great ball carrier. He's just a great football player. I think what he's been doing has just been awesome for us as a team. He has experience. He's been balling out, man, his whole career. So, when we had a chance to get him, that's awesome for us, man. But I love the way he plays the game. I love how his professionalism, the way he's consistent, the way he takes care of himself, man. He's awesome. He's going to be great for us for sure.
And then, I mean, you guys have had the run of injuries in the running back room,
Yeah.
but did you guys know during training camp and stuff that you would have this much depth where it seems like you can plug guys in and they can be hot in spots?
Man, like honestly, that's the thing about football. You just do not know. Like for me, I'm understanding that's like, man, you can this league is crazy. Like one guy can be here the next day and another guy can be gone. That's just how the league works. And some guys get injured and it's all about stepping up, man. It's all about the next man up. And that's true. They preach it all the time, high school, college, here. And it's so evident here. It's all about that. It's all about next man up. And the guys we have in our room, they're all great experienced veterans. They're out there making their plays. And that's what I love, man, because I feed off of that and I learn from it.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Gilbert.
Hey, Josh, sorry you've been asked this already, but just curious, with Austin Eckler being out, has your role changed? Have you picked up any more, from his workload for you now?
What's up, man? Good to see you.
Good seeing you, Josh.
Yeah, but nah, man, Austin is great. Like he's great. Like he's just been a great mentor. And for me, man, I just think, of course, my role's expanded since he's been out. I've been asked to do more. And for me as a competitor, you love it. You love it. And Austin's been doing a great job just getting me ready, just pretty much just teaching me the ropes. Like, hey, man, like it all starts in the practice field, your habits. What are your habits when you're watching tape? What are your habits being a pro? That's what he's been doing for me. So he's been successful in this league. So I'm going to listen to whatever he's been doing, him and JJ.
And Josh, I don't think you ever played Tua in college at UB and UCLA, him in Alabama. But just watching him from afar and you guys being in college at the same time, I guess, what did you take away from watching Tua from afar?
Yeah, he's a great player. He's a great player. They won a lot of games when he was in college. He's awesome. He's a great player, man. He's a top pick. And, we're excited for the challenge. We're awesome. We're excited. And it's going to be a good one for sure.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.